So we're following the Sustrans 65 route at the moment. We've just left the city of York along the cycle track. We've come off onto the quiet country roads now. We've just gone through the tiny little hamlet of Overton, and we're heading north towards my little patch of woodlands where I'll be stringing the hammock up for this evening. I've got some beer, some wine, which we'll talk about later, and I'm on a new bike, a fully loaded steel touring bike. I've got way too much stuff, but I haven't got far to cycle, 25 miles, so shouldn't take us too long. So I've put a long sleeve shirt on and some trousers, otherwise I'll just get eaten alive by the mosquitoes up here and the ticks. Oh, the beer, just about cold enough. This is Hobgoblin Gold beer, 4.2%. So I think I have earned this, so cheers everyone. Oh, obviously it's been shook up a bit. So I need to find a new hammock spot. I've been swinging between these two trees here for a few years now, and then Trish, she decided she was going to plant an oak sapling right here. Marvellous. So she refuses point blank to move it. So I've got the hammock all set up, ready for tonight. It's just the DD frontline hammock that I've had for years. I've got the underquilt. Never forget your underquilt. Doesn't matter how warm you think you're going to be, even in the summer, you will get cold during the night. I've got the undersling there, which is handy for your trousers and your shoes. And I've got a really light down sleeping bag in there. The only other consideration is, do I put a tarp up? This is Yorkshire as well, and it can rain at any time. So I've put the tarp up. Now that the sleeping quarters are sorted, it's time for Scooby-Doo number 2. So I'll give you a quick look at the bike that I use to ride in on. So I've always fancied a steel frame touring bike for a while now. So I thought, I'm going to buy one. I've been selling a bit of the old stuff off the 4x4 and some of my camping gear, so I had a little bit of extra cash, and I thought, you know, you could pay off bits of the mortgage or put it in a pension fund, or you could buy a bike and have some adventures. So I bought the bike. It's worth every penny. It's such a nice bike. It's a Kona Sutra, which I think is a play on words of the Kama Sutra, a book we've all read. So there she is. There's your drop bar shifters. They do take a bit of getting used to. I did actually buy a rack as well. It's a Surly nice rack. It's probably a bit beefier than what I need, but it's handy to get everything strapped on. So I've got a couple of Ortlieb gravel panniers on the front here, which is what I use on my mountain bike. And then in there I've got me waterproof and just like a windproof jacket, just in case it rains or it gets cold on the way home in the morning. And I've got this this Ortlieb front bag there, which I've basically just kept all my camera gear in. Got a water bottle holder here. I've got that for my phone. I've got a couple of Blackburn cages there with 2 litres of water, and then a bit more water there. It's one of the problems up here, we haven't got a water source, so you need to kind of bring it in with you. Comes with a rack, so I've put my little Ortlieb panniers on the back there. Got some lights as well. Bit of a tool kit there, nice fancy re-strap under seat tool storage bag. And these bikes come with a Brook saddle. Now these are about £100 just on their own, so I'm guessing that's where a lot of the, you know, the expense comes from in these bikes. Plus it's a fairly decent group set, Shimano Dior. It's all working very well. It comes with Schwalbe Mondial tyres, I think. When the bike arrived, they were like absolutely rock hard, probably at the maximum PSI, and it was like a bone shaker. So I've let a bit of air out, and it's a pretty comfortable ride. So that's the bike. You know, they very rarely come with pedals these days, bikes. So I've just put some flat mountain bike pedals on. And there's lots of you know, kind of bosses all along the frame there, so you can attach various things. Oh yeah, disc brakes, forgot to mention that. Mechanical disc brakes as well, so there they are. Just a bit easier to adjust. Yes, I'm happy with it. It's the 3rd drop bar bike I've had in my life. I didn't get on with the other 2, but the geometry of this bike is really comfortable. You're in a fairly upright seating position, even when you're on the, you know, the hoods of the brakes. The only downside, if I did have a criticism of this bike, you know, you pay so much for it, but the mudguards are shite. It's just really kind of flimsy. I'd want at least 2 supports, especially on the front. The back one seems to be alright. I am panicking here. Did I? Ah, there it is. Oh, phew. I thought I forgot the bloody corkscrew. So this evening we're going to do the very first wine review on the channel. So I'll tell you the story. Back in the spring, me and Tris, we spent a month in the camper van, or the truck camper, around the northeastern part of Spain, in and around Catalonia. And I've got a mate who lives there, Martin. His channel is called What's Not a Hike. There's a link below in the description. He's a good guy. He does a lot of hiking around Barcelona and in the Pyrenees. He's got some great videos. Anyway, we were passing through, so we met up for a pint. I think he lives in Villanova. We went to a town just north of that called Sitges, which is just south of Barcelona. Lovely place. If you're ever in Barcelona, get the train down and visit Sitges. It'll have been an old fishing port at one point. Lovely little narrow streets, beach, a fort on the coast. It's a great place to visit. So anyway, we went to a bar called Wiley's, which is like a brewery bar. They brew their own real ale on site. So we sank a few sherbets, and he very kindly gave me a bottle of red wine from the region. Now I'm going to have to put the reading glasses on because I'm at that stage of my life. So most of this is in Spanish, so I'm not going to read that bit, but we'll have a look at the English. So the GR174, that's what this wine is called. Trail crosses the Priorat region. Rugged landscapes, wine tradition and picturesque villages coexisting in harmony. This is what this wine transmits. The magic of a unique territory. Ho ho ho! Yes sir. Now this is a 14%er. I think it's going to be good. So I've opened the wine. I should have really brought a wine glass, you know, but I'm not a professional, so I'm just using my Snow Peak titanium cup. So I'm just having a smell of the wine. It reminds me of the wines that you get in the Banyuls region of France, you know, just north of Catalonia, the other side of the Pyrenees. Like kind of sweet, heavy sweet wines. It smells a little bit like that. let's go in for the taste. Oh yes, deep. That is a deep flavour. Plenty of body. I'm trying to decide whether or not it has a little undertone of sweetness. Do you know what it does? It has a little bit of that, like I mean, I'm not saying it's like it tastes like port, but it's got that that kind of deep flavour. Little sweet, not too sweet. Tasty, nice aftertaste. Yeah, it'll do me. So cheers, Martin. There's no denying it's a basic meal, just meat and rice. But this steak should be medium, slightly well done. Washed down with a bit of red wine. It's 10 to 9 now, and you can see the dark nights are creeping in. It'll not be long before autumn is upon us. But I think I've got about half a bottle of wine left, so I'm going to do my best to finish that off. But I think I might just retire for the night and jump into the hammock, because I think I've probably only got about 15 minutes worth of light left, and then I'll not be able to film anything. So I've got 2 fresh GoPro batteries left, so what I might do is stick a new battery in and try and get a time lapse during the night. So yeah, I'll try and do that. The first coffee of the day on the go. Slept like a log last night. Woke up at 6 AM to the sound of a million grey squirrels in the tree canopy. That's certainly not the most attractive breakfast I've ever had, but it'll do the trick. There's a lot to be said for a high protein, high fat breakfast to set you up for the day. So I've done all the washing up and I've got the bike almost packed. So I've got to get out of these clothes now and get my shorts back on and my t-shirt and get out of here, but I'm getting eaten alive from the mosquitoes. But I have found a bottle of smidge in the shed. There's not much left, like, so I'm going to lather a bit of this on and just get out of here. So I'm not going to do any more filming, I'm just going to sign off. I don't want to be running back for the tripod or anything like that in the woods. I'll get eaten alive. So I do have that little drone, the Hover Air X1 with me, so I might try and get some footage as I'm cycling down the track, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to sign off. So as ever, thanks for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch up with you on the next one.